Now, beginning with the top stories of this hour, we turn our gaze towards the central region where rains and floods have persisted and are causing significant strife to people's lives here.
Yes, and we now zoom in on how the situation in Hue, one of the hardest hit localities. Residents in Hue City were urgently evacuated last night as heavy rains increased the danger of landslides. The operation took place in Lộc An commune, where authorities moved dozens of people to safety.
The water rose fast. Rocks started sliding, so everyone had to run. The authorities came to persuade us to move to safety.
In total, 13 households with 38 residents, mostly the elderly and children, were evacuated overnight to schools and community centers equipped with proper facilities and essential supplies, as floodwaters continue to rise.
It's safe up here and everything is well provided.
Throughout the night, local authorities and rescue forces remained on high alert, monitoring vulnerable zones and standing ready to assist further evacuations if needed.
To give you more real-time update about the situation in Hue, we now connect with our reporter Hai Nam. Hello Nam, where are you now and what's going on over there?
I'm now standing on Phạm Ngũ Lão Street, which on normal days is one of Hue's busiest tourist streets. However, over the past few days, heavy rain and floodwaters have brought everything to a standstill. Shops are shuttered and there's hardly any tourists inside. As you can see right now, people here are scrambling to clean up their homes and storefronts, trying to salvage whatever they can. But it may still take days or even longer for life and business here to fully recover. And I'm now speaking with a local resident to get more details about the impact of the flooding. Xin chào ông và xin ông cho biết những thiệt hại mà khách sạn của ông đã phải chịu trong thời gian qua.
Vâng, báo cáo về đoàn thì trong thời gian vừa qua do mưa lũ có diễn biến quá phức tạp và quá bất thường thì nên là cái tình hình mà đã sử dụng để chống lũ tại ba vị trí tại chỗ thì chúng tôi đã chuẩn bị kỹ, nhưng do cái đỉnh lũ nó quá cao, nó lên quá nhanh nên chúng tôi là bị nước nó tràn vào không thể xử lý kịp, nên là tất cả cái thiệt hại vừa rồi là nó cực kỳ lớn đối với doanh nghiệp. Và doanh nghiệp chúng tôi thì phải lúc đó ngày thứ hai lúc đó phải duy trì 60 cán bộ công nhân viên làm việc, và mấy ngày nay là cũng phải, tuy rằng không đón khách vì điện mất, nước mất và không thể đưa nước và điện vào được nên không thể đón khách, nên là hủy các tour chuyến và để duy trì cho anh em phục vụ để chống bão lũ. Còn nói về thiệt hại thì hàng ngày chúng tôi phải chi gần 20 triệu tiền để cho cán bộ công nhân viên vừa tiền lương anh em, việc duy trì chế độ của anh em và chế độ ăn uống ngủ nghỉ tại chỗ, 3 tại chỗ.
So he just said that despite thorough preparations, this year's flood is so unexpectedly huge and unimaginable. Therefore, his business had to suffer heavy losses. Every day, he has to suspend his business for days, and he has no revenue. And every day, he still have to spend up to 20 million Vietnam dong to accommodate his staff.
Và bây giờ thì ông có thể cho biết là theo dự kiến của ông thì khi nào mới có thể khôi phục được cái việc kinh doanh trở lại ạ?
Nói chung thì đơn vị rất cố gắng để khắc phục để tình hình kinh doanh sớm trở lại nhất. Và theo diễn biến thì do một số thiết bị máy móc ở tầng hầm nó bị hỏng, hầu như là bị ngâm được cả 3 ngày nay, từ thứ hai đến ngày hôm nay vẫn chưa. Chúng tôi đang cố gắng để khắc phục bơm được và để đưa máy móc lên để khắc phục lại. Thì chắc là tình hình cũng khoảng từ 10 đến 15 ngày. Nếu diễn biến mưa lũ điều thuận tiện thì chúng tôi cố gắng làm sao đó trong vòng 10 đến 15 ngày tới chúng tôi sẽ hoạt động trực tiếp, phải hoạt động trở lại để đón khách.
So he just said that his home basement was inundated for days. Many of his machinery and a laundry system was heavily damaged, and it may take 10 to 15 days for him and his business to get back to normal. So this morning, the sun finally broke through over Hue City, bringing hope and relief to local people. As soon as the floodwater recedes, people waste no time getting back to work and starting recovery. However, as you can see right now, the rain has started again, raising concern that there could be more floods. From Hue City, this is Hainam for Vietnam Today.
Thank you, Hainam, for the updates.
Right, so we have just heard from Hainam, right? It's really good to see that sun has finally broke out in Hue, and the flood has receded somewhat so the people can start cleaning and really thinking about recovery. However, support are still very much needed in this moment. And now essential goods are really vital. So more than 300 tons of rice, luckily, along with specialized rescue equipment and machinery have been released from the national reserves by the Ministry of Finance to assist Hue City in overcoming the aftermath of the recent natural disasters. Specifically, the aid package includes 1 high-speed rescue boat, 20 emergency tents, 5,000 life buoys, 5,000 life jackets, and 300 inflatable rescue rafts, in addition to drilling and cutting tools, power generators, and water pumps for rescue operations. The release and delivery of supplies are being carried out urgently to ensure safety and help residents in flood-affected areas restore normal life as soon as possible. All distribution is scheduled to be completed by October the 31st.
In recent days, Da Nang has been battered by a series of natural disasters, including flooding and landslides. Coastal erosion is now adding to the challenges facing the central province. We now turn to our reporter Thế Vinh, who is at the scene. Where are you standing currently, Thế Vinh?
I am standing near the coastline of Hội An Tây Ward, where beach erosion has reached an alarming level. Strong waves continue to pound the shore, raising concern that damage could spread further. The situation is being closely monitored as erosion continues to threaten nearby communities. More than 3 kilometers of shoreline have been damaged, with seawater pushing 7 to 10 meters inland. In some spots, nearly 30 meters. Local authorities have proposed temporary seawall to protect the coast. They are also preparing to relocate some 30 small businesses and 1 household if the situation gets worse. For now, the people here can only watch as the seawater keeps closing in.
Thank you, Vinh, for your updates, and do stay safe, all right? Amid ranging floodwaters and landslides that have cut off many areas, rescue teams and local communities continue working tirelessly to reach stranded residents and bring them to safety.
In Quảng Trị province, 6 residents trapped for more than 2 days in a flooded forest in Hue commune were successfully rescued by provincial police forces. By 8 p.m. Wednesday, all 6 had been safely evacuated.
In Hue, local police from An Cựu Ward braved floodwaters to reach a woman who had fallen unconscious from severe hypertension, carrying her to safety for emergency treatment. Many other residents suffering from illness or injury have also been rescued.
In Da Nang, rescue forces from Cha Tân commune walked overnight through dangerous terrain to carry 3 people injured by landslides to the Bắc Trà My Medical Center. The only way through was on foot across 10 landslide zones along National Highway 40B. For 20 kilometers under heavy rain and constant risks of further danger, rescuers marched for 6 hours to deliver the victims safely to medical care. Earlier in the day, 3 residents whose boat capsized in strong currents were pulled to safety by officers from the Central Mobile Police Regiment after clinging to an electric pole for survival.
Severe flooding across central Vietnam has led to widespread power outages in multiple provinces. In Da Nang, electricity remains cut in many areas, particularly in Đại Lộc, Quế Sơn, Tiên Phước, Duy Xuyên, and Hội An. In Hue, water levels have dropped by around 0.4 meters, yet power remains out across the entire city. In Quảng Ngãi, outages continue to affect several districts, especially in the mountainous areas. VNPT is working urgently, closely monitoring flood developments and restoring network connectivity wherever the water recedes. Several fiber optic cables along the Ho Chi Minh Trail were damaged, but most have now been repaired and reconnected. Power generators have also been deployed at mobile base stations to maintain stable communication services amid ongoing recovery efforts.